¿Hablo?
Hola, sí.
Hola César, hola a todos. Em, estoy en medio de una duda y ya sé que el que duda es el que duda. Sin embargo, me he decidido preguntar porque, porque quiero salir de la duda. Entonces, mi duda anterior que pregunto, bueno, lo que pregunto es si la conciencia sabe. O la conciencia, o sea, si cuando haces algo o la conciencia sabe.
Es omnisciente,
¿Qué quiere decir?
lo sabe todo.
Lo sabe todo. Entonces yo ahora no sé qué hacer. Eh, en la pregunta anterior me dijiste, si puedes ayuda. Y yo dije, no, porque eso me lía. Sin embargo, el mensaje me quedó y lo he hecho así. Y aunque veía o pensaba que la otra persona no se lo merecía, he comprobado que ayudando en lo que podía, al principio un poco forzada, pero luego cada vez más fácil, he comprobado que me daba paz, me da paz. Como si la conciencia de alguna manera, o no sé si es la conciencia moral o es la conciencia con mayúsculas, pero me da paz, me ha dado paz. Y ahora se me presenta un reto como más difícil, es respecto a mi nieto. Y no me parece bien lo que hacen los padres, sin embargo, por una parte, eh, no tengo derecho a meterme. Pero por otra parte, por el cariño que le tengo a mi nieto, como si la conciencia me pidiera manifestarme. Entonces digo yo, qué lío. Y a pesar de la hora y de que mm, me agita el intervenir y es muy tarde, pues he decidido preguntarlo porque no sé si la conciencia sabe o si es la conciencia la que me llama. Ya sé que la conciencia no llama a intervenir porque simplemente está como origen, fondo, sustrato, energía de fondo, de todo. Sin embargo, yo no sé qué hacer. Y me parece fuerte intervenir, ¿eh? Porque lo haría de forma muy clara y no les va a gustar. Sin embargo, lo haría con mucho cariño. No sé si decir algo o callarme.
Y la idea de ser el hacedor es la causa de la confusión. Si no hay idea de hacedor, entonces hay una acción que sucede de manera involuntaria. Y como no hay sentido de hacedor, entonces no es ni buena ni mala, no es correcto ni incorrecto.
Lo había pensado, pero pensado que era porque me siento autora del tema. Sin embargo, dadas cómo se presentan las circunstancias, que no surge fácilmente porque no les veo mucho, mm, o sea, no surge, no ha surgido de forma espontánea, sino que ha surgido de forma espontánea, pero no en la en la cotidianidad, sino que ha surgido ahora diciendo, jo, es que tengo que decirlo, pero ¿cómo lo digo? O sea, y con todas esas dudas de,
Haz lo que consideres que es correcto, porque no te vas a poder quedar sin hacer lo que tienes que hacer. ¿Me sigues?
sí, eso es lo que quería saber, si la conciencia sabe de alguna manera lo que es correcto.
Eh, No sabes lo que para la conciencia no es correcto o incorrecto.
O sea, seguro que para la conciencia no hay correcto ni incorrecto.
La conciencia es un mero testigo.
Mero testigo siempre, aunque vaya la acción a favor mm, de ayudar a otra persona.
Correcto. No le afecta ni lo que uno considere bueno o malo. Haz lo que te haga sentir bien, en paz.
Entonces, lo mejor será que espere a que se presente de forma espontánea, no que lo piense antes, ¿no?
¿Mm?
O sea, yo ahora no se lo voy a decir porque no les veré hasta mañana o pasado mañana. Entonces, ahora es meramente un pensamiento. Por lo tanto, no es real. Entonces, la solución a este dilema es esperar a verles y si se presenta de forma espontánea, decirles algo con respeto, con cariño, o no decirles nada. Tengo esa duda repetida.
Lo que vayas a decir o hacer, lo vas a tener que decir o hacer. Y lo que no tengas que decir o no hacer, no lo vas a decir ni lo vas a hacer. De nuevo, la idea de ser el hacedor o el no hacedor es el problema.
Claro, porque si me considero el hacedor, según las consecuencias me voy a sentir bien o mal.
Correcto.
Y si no me considero el hacedor, haré lo que surja
Ujú.
sin identificarme con lo que hago.
Ujú.
Vale, vale. Creo que lo he pillado.
Mm.
Bueno, pues igual te pregunto después con lo que pase.
Ok,
Gracias.
ok.
Ok.
Mm. Bien.
Hola César,
Hola.
¿qué tal? ¿Qué
Bien.
tal? Oíme, la conciencia eh, solo ve existencia, solo es existencia. Pero entonces te pregunto, ¿cómo integra las formas? Solo la forma, ¿cómo las integra?
No las integra porque no están separadas de sí. La pregunta sería ¿cómo integra la cerámica a la taza?
Pensé justamente en ese ejemplo, pero lo ve,
¿Qué
no,
cosa?
la taza, ¿ve la taza? La cerámica, ¿ve la taza?
Como sí misma se podría decir. Pero es que en el estado no dual no hay uno que vea a otro. Es imposible de explicar o describir. Es una cuestión de conocimiento directo.
¿Te acuerdas que habíamos convenido que ver es ser?
Mm.
Entonces, esa es la pregunta. Eh, ¿La cerámica es la taza?
Y la taza es la cerámica. Entonces, ¿quién podría ver a quién?
Pero
Todo,
entonces la conciencia, César, ve a los otros en su forma,
no se ve a sí misma, solo a sí misma. Lo que tú llamas otros es sí misma.
pero ve está bien, ve en sí misma si querés, pero un montón de otros, un montón de formas.
No, la conciencia es conciencia, por lo tanto es consciente. Pero cualquier cosa, lo que pasa es que decir que la conciencia es consciente de algo implicaría dualidad. Solamente para poder explicarlo, sí, la conciencia es consciente de todo, pero no como otro, sino como sí misma. Sí, la otroidad no existe en la conciencia, existe solamente en la mente. Y es la mente. La mente es yo y lo otro. Dualidad. La mente es dualidad. Es la imaginaria relación sujeto-objeto.
Yo sé que estamos hablando eh, de manera deficiente,
Mm.
yo por lo menos, pero cuando yo veo a los otros, como conciencia digo, eh, veo existencia, veo la existencia que soy todo existencia, pero también soy las formas que veo.
Todo.
Ah, mira vos.
No hay otros.
Pero veo las formas.
Por así decirlo, ¿sí? Digamos que hay conciencia del entorno. Para el entorno se sabe inseparable de la conciencia. No se sabe que es inseparable de la conciencia. El entorno es la ilusión, la conciencia es la realidad. La ilusión no existe independientemente separada de la conciencia.
No,
Por lo
no.
tanto,
La
es
con-
conciencia.
Sí, está, pero la conciencia, o sea, yo sé que soy mi mano. Estoy dando un ejemplo grueso. Sé que soy mi mano y que no soy mi mano, pero veo mi mano.
Si dices mi mano, es tuya, no eres tú.
Claro, es difícil hablar, sí. Yo como conciencia, te veo.
Si vieras como conciencia, la pregunta no surge, pero tú como ego preguntas, quieres saber cómo es ver como conciencia, es decir, cómo es ver si la interferencia del ego, el ego quiere saber cómo la conciencia ve cuando ella no está allí. El ego no va a estar allí para saber cómo se ve sin el ego, sin el filtro del ego, sin la intervención e interpretación del ego, sin la conceptualización, sin el pensamiento.
La conciencia no hace diferencia entre la forma y la existencia.
Para la conciencia no hay ni diferenciación ni no diferenciación, porque para hablar de diferenciación y no diferenciación tenemos que aceptar que hay dos, diferentes o no diferentes.
Bueno, otra cosa, César. eh, la conciencia es claridad, es discernimiento.
Mm. Claridad y discernimiento son instrumentos de la mente. La conciencia es conciencia. Sí, de la conciencia, por lo menos yo, lo único que puedo decir es que simplemente es.
Tampoco se puede decir que es amor,
Amor quiere decir que,
amor propio.
correcto, también quiere decir que es inclusiva, no excluye nada. ¿Mm? Es una conciencia, ¿cómo llamarlo? Es libre de juicio porque es libre de pensamientos.
Claro, no es un
Se
sentimiento.
dice que el sol ilumina tanto al santo como al pecador.
Claro.
El sol representa la conciencia.
Ahora, como vida, es alegría. O eso es una interpretación.
Todos son incluso lo que se diga de la conciencia, aunque sea la descripción más adecuada, es un concepto, es un pensamiento. Ahora, ¿qué es mejor? ¿Que me digan qué es la conciencia o saber por mí mismo qué es la conciencia? Si quiero saber por mí mismo qué es la conciencia, debo tratar de dejar de saber absolutamente nada.
Claro.
Toda curiosidad mental debe cesar, porque la mente ahora está proyectando la mente como un objeto, o sea, pregunta acerca de algo, como, de nuevo, la mente es yo y algo, bien sea que el algo sea fuera llamado mundo o adentro llamado conciencia. Por eso el énfasis en la quietud mental.
Pero entonces, César, volviendo a mi pregunta anterior, distingue formas dentro de sí misma.
Entendiendo como forma la ilusión, la manifestación, eh, lo fenoménico, ¿no? Sí, realmente lo fenoménico es indivisible. No hay múltiples formas.
Igual no es esto, según lo que me estás diciendo, no es esto en lo que yo tengo que seguir mi camino. No,
¿Mm?
esto es pensamiento. Según lo que me estás diciendo, no es aquí por donde tengo que ir.
¿Aquí dónde?
No es pensar cómo es la conciencia.
Correcto.
Claro, porque yo estoy especulando cómo es la conciencia.
Correcto.
Y entonces, pero yo no sé hacerlo de otro modo.
Es que no, para cualquier cosa en esta vida, la mente es útil, pero para saber quién soy, es inútil, porque si ya yo soy conciencia, ¿qué necesito hacer? Y mucho menos mentalmente o físicamente para saber que soy, quién soy.
Pero esto que te estoy diciendo yo,
Mm.
no es César, por lo visto no, pero entonces primero me tenés que explicarme qué es. No es contemplar la conciencia.
No, eso es pensar acerca de la conciencia. Contemplar la conciencia es enfocar la atención en uno mismo, ¿sí? Ensimismamiento, si se quiere, introspección, ojos abiertos, ojos cerrados, ¿sí? Ahí está el mundo, ahí está el cuerpo, ahí está todo y aquí estoy yo. ¿Mm?
Aunque parezca vano a veces hacerlo, es lo que tengo que hacer.
No es un hacer, pareciera que pareciera que observarse a sí mismo es un hacer, pero observarse a sí mismo es ser sí mismo, es simplemente ser.
Ajá.
Como yo creo que soy el ego y creo que soy el hacedor, entonces observarme a mí mismo es hacer algo. Observándome a mí mismo me doy cuenta de que no estoy haciendo nada, sino que simplemente soy. ¿Mm?
Me resulta difícil sostener eso, porque a
No,
veces lo logro, pero me resulta
bueno,
difícil sostenerlo.
por la distracción mental, la mente se distrae. Se distrae de sí misma. La mente misma es conciencia. Cuando se dirige al exterior, aparece como mente. Cuando se dirige al interior, desaparece como mente. Pero ¿con qué me distraigo otra vez? Con preguntas, conceptos.
Es un desafío impresionante, te digo.
Exactamente. Por eso eso no importa, ¿sí? No hay que frustrarse, ni descorazonarse, ni sentir que no va avanzando. O hay que olvidar, simplemente de nuevo, de una manera muy gentil, ¿m? Regresar la atención a sí mismo, eso es todo. Si te cansas, descansa. Si sientes que estás embotado, es preferible que lo hagas en intervalos de manera intensa a que te forces. Si sientes que ya no puedes más, pues descansa un rato, haz cualquier otra cosa, ve a caminar, lee un libro, haz lo que te... Y cuando sientas otra vez, ¿ok? Entonces es preferible hacerlo alternadamente, con intensidad, que forzarlo y tratar de y prolongarlo.
Claro, claro, porque empiezan los devaneos mentales, empieza como el aburrimiento, por decirlo de alguna manera, y empiezan los devaneos, claro.
Correcto. Eventualmente no se hace alternadamente, se hace permanentemente. No, pero
Más que,
esos momentos donde se lleva a cabo de manera alternada, se van prolongando, se van fortaleciendo la capacidad de introspección. Es decir, la introspección debilita la mente. Y
yo
mientras
te
la
diría,
mente-
más que aburrimiento, César, es cansancio, porque es un desafío muy grande no pensar. ¿Me entendés? Es
no,
un desafío muy grande existir y quedarte en la existencia.
no, existir uno es sin esfuerzo, uno no tiene que hacerse un esfuerzo para existir o para ser. Y realmente no hace falta imagínate la contradicción, hacer un esfuerzo para dejar de hacer el esfuerzo.
Pero todo, eso es todo un esfuerzo, eso es todo un
No, no,
esfuerzo.
no. Entiendo lo que te quiero decir. Imagínate hacer un esfuerzo mental para dejar de hacer un esfuerzo mental. No sé si ves la contradicción.
Sí, sí, es lo que hago muchas veces.
Lo que sucede es que uno siempre está de manera inconsciente haciendo un esfuerzo tratando de averiguar algo, entender algo, ver algo, alcanzar algo, deshacerse de algo, rechazar algo, dejar de pensar en algo. Por eso nos parece difícil o parece que hay que hacer un esfuerzo para dejar de hacer el esfuerzo, porque el esfuerzo es constante de la mente en tratar de dirigirse al exterior.
Aparte, el hacedor necesita hacer algo, o sea,
Y
es,
hacer es pensar, porque piensa que está haciendo algo,
claro, sí, sí, sí,
porque la actividad se va llevando a cabo de manera espontánea. La mente es la que dice, si está haciendo el esfuerzo, aferrándose al cuerpo y pensando, yo lo estoy haciendo, yo voy, yo vengo, yo quiero, yo no quiero, yo lo hice, yo no lo hice, pero él sí, yo no, yo mejor y el peor, o el mejor y yo... Uy, qué agotador.
sí, sí, claro, claro, es un comedero de cabeza, claro. Bueno, voy a seguir tratando, qué sé yo, seguiré no haciendo nada, no sé, pero bueno. Bueno, está bien, gracias,
Eh,
César.
Ramana decía que este era el camino para los flojos.
Es muy, no es nada fácil, te digo, ¿eh?
Sí, de nuevo, lo que lo hace difícil es la constante externalización de la mente. La mente se aferra a un objeto, ¿ok? Y objetiviza la conciencia, ¿ok? Y que ahora quiere saber cómo es la conciencia, cómo funciona, qué si ve, qué si siente, qué si percibe, qué si ve otros, ¿sí? La mente tiene que existir, la mente solamente puede existir como sujeto y objeto.
Claro,
La mente es sujeto, es yo y esto, yo y lo otro, ¿no? Por eso, si el sujeto se queda sin el objeto de curiosidad, el objeto de interés, el objeto de la experiencia, no puede existir porque es sujeto y objeto. Cuando la atención va del objeto pensamiento al sujeto pensador, el sujeto pensador se sumerge por su propio peso en la conciencia. Entonces, pensando lo que hace es que se mantiene en la superficie.
claro, 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 claro.
Se queda
Claro,
quieta, se hunde en su fuente.
tenés razón, está bien.
Mm.
Bueno, ahí hay un numerito.
Ok,
Bueno, gracias,
a
¿eh?
lo
Chao,
mejor.
chao,
Ok,
chao.
muy bien. Shannon, how are you?
Caesar. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good, good. I am in bed because I'm injured.
Sorry?
Um, I injured myself.
You what?
Injured, like an injury.
Enter. Yeah.
Yes. I hurt my back.
Oh, I see.
It's not nice, but it all came because of me overdoing and overgiving to people I probably shouldn't have.
Mm.
And then a lot of conflict arose. And I handled it very well, but then I think it all accumulated in my body. And last Friday, I couldn't get up. It was really scary. And then I pushed through, and then I re injured myself yesterday. So, my question is when I was dealing with the conflict that I had to deal with the last 2 weeks, it was intense. I kept inquiring while it was happening, but I felt like the attack on my body. So I was dealing with someone with massive mental health issues. Nothing I've ever dealt with in my life. And I've dealt with a lot.
How are
And
you?
I would feel it.
Are you working with these people or something?
I was supposed to be doing just massage and facials,
Oh, right.
and but then they got attached. So I started doing more for them. And I thought, well, maybe I can help them. But I can't because it's not my duty.
See,
And I came
there
to
is a
that
if there is a
realization.
mental issue
Yes.
that should be dealt by a professional,
Yes.
namely psychologist, psychiatrist,
Yes.
right?
And that's what I keep telling them.
This psychology has a space, you know, whether from
Definitely.
this point of view is considered to be limited, still it may offer some relief.
Mm,
Okay. Now, in terms of spiritual knowledge or self-realization or whatever you call it, the seeker must be already, in a way, mature, right?
mm,
Or it must be mentally healthy to be able even to understand the subject, right?
yes.
And fairly mentally pure, right? Because the so-called gurus or real gurus, they will not give you anything.
Mm,
They will not ask you to do anything. They will tell you, you are that. You want to
mm,
know it? Be still. Because you don't have to do anything to be what you are. If you are that already, what do you have to do to be what you are? And to know that you are. You already know that you are. We already know that what we are. And this what we are,
mm,
it is already what we are. See, we have to give up the idea that we are something else or something other than what we are, namely the body.
mm,
So this thought or idea or concept or belief or image has to be given up. That's all. It's not attainment of something, it's the giving up of something else, right? And it is not even there. It is there only as an idea, as a thought, a belief, a concept, an image, right? I am
mm.
this and I am like this and like that. Hmm? I have name, form, attributes, characteristics, qualities, and subject to change, modification, birth, growth, decay, death. If I believe I am an individual soul, then I am subject to reincarnation and then the rest of it. And I will go
Mm.
to heaven and hell and oh, Mamma mia, it is all thought. It is all ideas of an original idea. So I don't know. We should let things happen by themselves, and letting
Mm.
things happen by themselves implies to say, "Sorry, I can't do that. See, this happens by
Mm.
itself. Sorry, I am not qualified to do that." Right?
And that's what I said. But
Yeah.
this person has a psychologist, a recovery coach, like I've been to her to so many doctors. But then it just a few things happened, which I won't go into. And then,
Sometimes we
whoa, I
even
was there.
now, sometimes this is a funny trick of the mind, okay? Sometimes we identify oneself with a collective suffering or with another apparent individual suffering. And then it mirrors my suffering, right? It mirrors my suffering, and I want to stop him. I want to make him stop suffering so I can stop suffering. So in reality, I am not even doing it for him or her, but for me. So that means that that behavior is also selfish because it's not even for him, it's for me.
It's for me.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Now, if that person reflects my suffering, so that person is very positive for you because now you can inquire who is suffering. Maybe that
Yeah.
person may not be capable to inquire, but you can,
Mm.
right? And that
Mm.
person is helping you to bring to the surface all what
Yes.
you need to release. That person may not be able to deal with it, but you might.
Yes. Well, I was thinking about something, when people do Navaratri and there's Durga and Lakshmi and Saraswati, and they're like, there's people who will trigger the Durga so that your ego has to be challenged so that you can actually see
Ah,
that's what's happening.
these people don't understand, but these deities doesn't actually exist, and if they exist, it exists only in the mind because they have form and name, so it's a mental projection too.
Right.
So deep sleep, where is Durga and Lakshmi and Saraswati and the rest of it? They are gone. They are gone
Not there.
together. They are gone together with experiencer of them, which is also part of the illusion. The seer of the illusion is part of the illusion, right? So
Yes.
if you say this exists or not, as far as I'm concerned, it is irrelevant. This we have to understand what these deities symbolically represent. Some of them represent the absolute reality. Some of them represent aspect of the manifestation, actually. Because Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva create, sustain, destroy. This is mind. Right? Creation, perseverance, and dissolution. Right? Awakened state, dream state, deep sleep. So Brahma and Saraswati, I believe, right? The consort of Brahma is Saraswati. Yes. Awakened state. But the illusion has continuity. In the dream state, there is your Lakshmi and Vishnu. And then all that disappears. It is destroyed, right? Dissolved. And there is your Shiva and your Parvati.
Shiva. Yeah.
The destroyer of ignorance. Ignorance is destroyed, means merges back into Brahman. So you have Brahman, the absolute, then Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. This is mind.
Shiva. Okay. Hmm.
The mind is responsible for the manifestation. It manifests itself as all this. And then, because it cannot stand by itself, and because all beings needs rest, then it withdraw itself into consciousness. See, so that what wakes up is mind, what dream is mind, and what sleep is mind. There are three mental states. Right? So whatever it is experiencing in the awakening state or in the dream state is an illusion. So why are we worried so much about it? Because we still believe that we are part of the illusion.
Hmm.
Namely,
That's the hard part.
Yes. I'm not saying that the illusion is negative or positive. See, I'm saying that's the way it is.
Hmm.
If it appears and disappears, how can it be real? My thoughts changes, feelings, and which one is me? The one that feels happy, the one that feels sad, the one that feels depressed, the one that feels satisfied. Which one, if it is changing, which one of any of it is I?
Hmm.
And if we go from moods to physical realm, then which one is I? The one 20 years ago? This one? Which one? If it undergoes so many changes, so it cannot be, no. This is why some people realize themselves by discarding what is not I. Right? Hold on a second. My body, my mind, my energy, then it is mine, it is not I. Then who the hell am I? I must be different from that. See? So we are the self. We believe to be the ego. Believe it or not, we are already aware of oneself as the self. but we are not 100% clear about it.
Yeah.
Remember the analogy of the snake and the rope.
Yes.
I believe to be the snake. Then I want to see the reality of the snake. What the snake actually is. And when you see the snake, when you see yourself as a snake, you as a snake disappear. You realize that you are not there as a snake, that you are there as a rope. Means that you are not there as the ego, but you are there as the self. So this is a trap. See, to be too concerned about other people's problems.
Yes.
Can you help? Fine. We must be honest with ourselves. I can help you. Yes. I can't. I can't. So you can say yes or you can say no freely. Right? I'm sorry, I can't help it. Sorry, I don't have it. Or I don't have enough to share with you because I need to keep this for myself. I'm not being selfish. Right? I need this for myself. I cannot give you what I need. Not even Ramana will give up even the little amount of food that he will have. Right? Now, he will share the extra. Right? But otherwise, So I cannot. I in the same way I cannot give advice that I don't have. Right? So I'm sorry I can't help you. You can fold your hand, move away.
I did say that. I said this is out of my scope of practice, but I can still help you with, skincare and self-care and massage, but everything else. And I did say that multiple times, that this is out of my scope of practice. Consult your doctor. I'll take you to the doctor. But some people there was an attachment thing. And I don't even, sometimes I go through things and I'm like, how did I get here? Because it's just sort of like a whirlwind. I'm on the wave and then I'm
Now,
crashing in
how
the
do you
middle of
hold
the
your back
ocean.
because you were doing too much physically?
No, well, it was a lot of stress, but I was really stressed and I got trapped down a side street. A bus blocked me in and I asked the bus to leave, like a big bus. And he didn't move, so I decided to back up to see if I could get out, and I backed into a car,
Oh,
which wasn't good. So I had an accident, and
let's see.
but then I kept going. So I kept working and doing treatments, and I
And
drove,
instead
did all these things.
instead of making a pause and check yourself as a doctor, and maybe they will say, no, you need to rest or some massage. Now you need massage or chiropractic.
That's right. So I pushed and I knew I shouldn't have, but I thought I don't like to not do what I commit to do. So I said, no, I'll take care of myself on the weekend and commit to what I committed to. But I shouldn't have done that. I should have paused. But I learned.
But at least now
Yeah.
you're at home resting, right? And everything is you're looking after
Yes.
that, Rana.
Yes. 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 And Terry's a very good nurse.
Yeah.
He keeps reminding me. It's like just meditate, inquire, and just stop bending over. I don't like to stop, so I thought it's a forced rest, and that's okay.
The mind stresses the body. The mind is the body. You can't separate the mind from the body.
That's right. That's right.
So sending all this information, extra information or useless information through the nervous system by
Useless.
yeah.
Useless. And I had a few conflicts with a few people who I work with this person because I didn't agree with a few things. And then there was just miscommunication and I kind of erupted on Thursday. And I'm like, ooh. So I'm normally very calm, and
Mhm.
I felt attacked. But I'm like, who? And then I told myself, I'm like, well, who's being attacked? There's like, you can't attack nothing.
Remember, if you need to raise the question who, by all means, but that there is a tendency that that becomes an intellectual gymnastic and doesn't produce the right effect.
Okay.
Is to truly see, is to deeply see yourself, is to look at yourself. Because you know that you are thinking, well, you know that the thought arises from you, right? You know it,
Yes.
right? So just don't lose track of yourself. Let the thought comes by millions, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the quantity or the quality. Leave them alone. Even you don't even have to get rid of them. I mean, it's not to inquire to get rid of them. Just look at yourself. As a byproduct, they might disappear. And if they don't, you won't be affected by them. Because even if you know that you are the self, body and mind will keep on functioning, right? So you can think, speak, and do. But what you say, think, and do will not affect it because you as consciousness are unaffected. Certainly the way of thinking will change, right? It's not about not thinking in general, it's about not thinking I am the body. And all the thoughts, okay, that are related to that thought, associated with that thought, I am the body and this and that and blah, 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 right? So it's like you are always quiet, though body, mind are operating. And you realize that body, mind, and consciousness are that all collectively is I. As long as I believe to be the ego, I is only body or mind, right? When I know I am consciousness, then I is all. And then who is going to be concerned about whom or what? Who is helping whom or not helping? All that, see, all these questions and doubts all just fade away.
That's good.
Sometimes Ramana will not even answer the questions.
All right.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Cool. So someone would ask him and he would just,
He didn't, yes, he didn't, because he didn't consider himself a helper or a guru. He said,
right.
I don't belong to anybody, nobody belongs to me. I am nobody's guru and I have no disciples, right? Because he sees no other. Sometimes the answer was no answer. Sometimes somebody will be suffering and crying and he will just look his face elsewhere and be totally silent. And then the person will come down by itself. And then he will look at that person and that person will boom, begin to shine,
Amazing.
right?
Yeah.
So there is don't remember Ramana going here and there trying to save the world and all that. I said the world will take care of itself. You take care of yourself, the world will take care of yourself. You reform yourself and let the world to reform itself. Mm.
We were laughing about your analogy bringing the donkey to the watering hole.
Oh, yeah.
So I kept saying that to myself, like, can't can't make the donkey drink.
Mm. You can't force anything, anyone.
Mm.
I
I
remember
agree.
I remember this precise advice to me, right, from Mr. Ratan Lal. He said, do not force anything. Allow things happen by itself. Right? Even he said to me, do not do anything unless somebody asks you to do it. And I learned that even though, okay, can I do that? Or should I do that actually? Because
Nice.
somebody can ask me to rob a bank, right?
True.
The more quiet we also become more and more aware that, see, what has to be done will be done, and what doesn't have to be done will not be done. So it is done or not spontaneously. You don't have to, I mentioned this before, you don't have to make an effort to think or not to think. See? If for the practicality of the matter you need to think, you will. If not, you won't. If because of the demand, the need, again, for the practicality of this moment, then you will perform an action or not. And this just happens just spontaneously, and you remain as a witness. So to speak, witness, just for the sake of explanation, right? And that you as a witness are completely unaffected by body-mind activity. We call it body-mind, again, because the seeker believes that there is body, mind, and consciousness. So we speak about body, mind, and consciousness, right? So body, mind is called body, mind as long as it is considered to be other than consciousness. You call all this, to summarize what the mind is, to put it together, you use one concept, illusion.
Mm.
So you call all this illusion as you conceive it as separate from consciousness. If not, is consciousness. Karacharya make people apparently people got confused when he was bringing clarity. He said the self alone is real. The world is an illusion. And then he says the world is real, meaning it is the self, right? The self is real, or the self is reality. The world is illusion. And then he says the world is reality, means the self. So all this concept of reality and illusion is just to bring our attention to what is real, right? We say this is an illusion, there is something else that is real, right? Look at what is real. And then explanation of what is real, it is permanent, unchangeable, unaffected, and the source and the witness. And then you go deeper. Well, who is the witness of this I? So you are that. You want to know yourself, then look at yourself. So all these are just ways to push the mind of the seeker inwards, or to produce
Right.
self-attention, self-awareness, self-inquiry, self-realization, or however people like to call it. Of course, if you have extra, you will not even think about it. You say, yes, take it. Yes, have it. You have time, yes. I drive you there. Yes, I accompany you. You know? It's not, sorry, I have no time. No, I have to go elsewhere, so I cannot drive you there. Can I borrow $20? No, sorry, I don't have you. I have only 15 and I need it to. So, you know? So the so-called actions will go on spontaneously. You don't have to worry about it.
already written anyways, isn't it? Isn't that what you've said before?
For the sake of explanation, see, even this conversation, you and I are reading a script, that's all.
True. It's just part of the illusion.
Mm.
I used to call it a movie. When I was young, I used to think, wow, life is a movie. It doesn't feel real
It is.
when I was like, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it interesting because you have a cat and a dog, don't you?
Yes.
Is it interesting because I've been going to this lady's house to help her with massage, and she has this beautiful dog, and I feel like the dog it's just an amazing being, and it just comes and it lays and it wants you just always to pet you,
To be
and
honest,
then you stop and it just looks.
I love animals, but in the natural environment, right?
Not in a house.
No.
I've never had to live with animals before.
So Nasia and the boy, they wanted a dog.
Right.
And I said, listen, I know what happened, but you guys want something. I will end taking care of that, right? I remember in Thailand, see two dogs. And I said,
Wow.
listen, in this situation, it's a burden because if you move away, then we have to give up
Yes.
the dog. And it was a whole emotional thing, having to give them away. And I said, you see, right? So I wanted dog,
Attachment.
wanted dog, wanted dog. I say, okay, you bring. It's not big. I don't mind look after the dog and walk him and feed him and all that stuff. That's not the thing, right? Now, is the dog is gonna be comfortable that has enough space. When we lock the door in a small space and limit it to morning 10 minutes walk, and I mean, poor fellow.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, we were having a bigger space when we got them, but then again, circumstances presented as such that we have to go right elsewhere and now. So 1 year ago, exactly 2 days. Today is 26. I remember it was election day, and I was working as a on the electoral tables.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I went there very early in the morning. When I came back home, there was a cat in the house.
Really?
Yeah. I went to the bedroom. It was late at night. I came back home like at 10:30, and there was Nastya, the boy watching TV, and a tiny little thing in between. And I look at the thing, and they said, "Listen." They found it. They found it. It was alone, lost, like orphan or something. Wee, wee. And they felt pity, right? And they brought them home. It was sick. It was not a nice looking thing, right? It was super cute. It was cute, but it was like completely hairless and this and that. And I say, oh God. I say, please, please, can we keep them? Look at this. I will take care of them. And I say, oh God. And I say, okay. And both of them turned to be just fantastic things.
Cute.
My dad was like that. He will bring animals, but we end looking after them. I say, well, you bring them, and then we have to look after them. What's your point?
Yeah.
And he will come, and then he will just move on. And I said, then you want them only for that, right? So
Instant gratification.
sometimes we do, yes, we believe it. Even what we call unselfishness is also for self-gratification. So it turned to,
It is.
yeah.
It's such a classic story what you just said that kids are like, puppy, I want a puppy, and then who takes care of it? like the mom.
Mm. Mm. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but it can happen, right?
Yeah, common, not always, but
Mm.
that's why we never were allowed to have animals except fish when I was growing up, because no one had to walk the fish. They just took care of themselves.
Yeah. No, Lola is an amazing dog, and the cat is such a character. So they are like persons. See?
Yes,
They began to just like this is you. It's the same consciousness, right?
yes.
It just has a different form. That's all.
Well, that's what I was thinking about this dog that I met. I just felt like it's not a dog, but it's just in the dog's body, is what it felt like.
Mm. Something like that. And just casually something came up here, and Ramana's words. The world is incorrectly superimposed upon the self, and is thus seen to be existing as a separate entity. Hmm? It seems to be existing as a separate entity.
Seems to be.
Hmm. Each and every superimposition made upon the self is not really real. So it doesn't deny its existence, right? It denies first its reality, and second, the idea that it exists separate from the self, right? Mm. So, time up. Anything else? You're good?
Perfect. Thank you.
Good.
Yes, much better.
Okay. Then see you tomorrow, guys. My regards to your nurse.
Thank you. He's on there somewhere.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thanks, Caesar. Have a good night.
Okay, you too, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Ok, nos vemos entonces mañana. Guille, no lo voy a aparecer por ahí.